Hi, this is Christine, Venus Astrology, here with your daily astrology delivery. Okay, so I missed yesterday. I'm sorry, I didn't have time before work, but let's get into today. So we have Moon still in Libra, so same trend would have happened, been feeling energy we would have been feeling yesterday. We'll continue in today until, let's just have a look, that Moon in Libra. So by tomorrow it'll be at 9 degrees in Scorpio. So by tonight, then let's go by hour. Let's just go a few hours. Yeah, so by halfway through the day, by the afternoon, and then by, I'd say, the morning for the other side of the world, the moon will be in Scorpio. So let's just reset that back. So currently moon's still in Libra. We'll talk about both quickly so that you get a feel of the whole day and the energies that are going to be affecting us. So that moon in Libra continuing. So it's all about peace, harmony and balance. And also about finding that within our environment, within ourselves, within our feelings and emotions, trying to bring that peace and harmony, trying to bring contentment to that, because the moon is all about finding contentment. So that Libra energy is, again, where we may not necessarily speak up and sweep things under the rug a bit. It's a people pleaser energy, and it likes to make sure everyone's okay and happy and peaceful and calm and all that sort of stuff. It's Venusian ruled, so it's ruled by Venus, so it's very much an energy that's more receptive and passive and isn't about fighting and wars and all of that sort of stuff. But later in the day, the moon will make an opposition with Mars, which is all about that desire and passion and fighting and war and going after what you want and all of that. However, it has slowed down now in that Taurus. It's at 1 degree, 51 minutes, so moving along quite fastly in Taurus. So that Mars is grounding that energy of the last month it's been in Aries, in its home sign, where it was initiating things, getting things started, getting the fiery energy back into our passions and desires and what we want to go after. And that Mars now is grounding that energy and helping us to be able to sustain it for the long term and to be able to build something, manifest something from it that will be abundant. Okay, so that moon will make an opposition with that Mars, so opposite signs, and we come up against the selfish energy and the selfless energy. So the energy of Mars is very much about the self, the individual, about what I want, what I desire, and that Libra energy is about the other. It's about relating to other people, how we relate to others. So it's an energy where our sexual drive and energy, our passions, our desires, our fighting energy, our dominant masculine energy, the more aggressive side of us can come out through our feelings and emotions, but it can come out from maybe other people, because the moon is going to be how we're feeling and all that, but we're going to experience this energy coming from an opposition, which can be from other people, can be from a situation that brings up another perspective, another point of view. It can also, we're looking for a release point from one of these. I'd say more likely if we want to release from whether it's, well, depends, it depends where you are on the scale, whether you're in that too much people pleaser mode or you're in that too much aggressive mode. But we're looking at one or the other for the release point. So if you're, too much in that aggression, you want to look for more that peaceful Libra energy, finding ways to maybe be less selfish and be more, not even understanding, but be more kind and, helping to create peace and harmony, basically. And whereas if you're, more in that aggression energy and that too extreme of that volatile energy, and you need, you need to find that calmness. But if you're in the other way, you're too, people pleaser, letting people walk all over you, your feelings and emotions, or just, not speaking up, then you need to look to that Mars to take action and to be more assertive and selfish in a sense. So that's how the energies basically balance each other out when we have the opposite energies. And that's how you can balance out the energies in yourself and your own chart too. You know, if you're, for example, if you had a sun in Cancer, it can be overly sensitive and emotional sometimes, and that crab that needs to go away and hide in its shell and wants to just be at home and nurture and care and all that. Whereas if you look to the opposite sign to help you to balance out that energy and not be too dominant in that, then you look to that Capricorn energy, which would be more about going out into the world and achieving things and having some goals. And so you're not just all about the home and family and about that, but you're about doing things for yourself that you can create some kind of legacy from, or build something from, or something that's going to give you some kind of reputation or some kind of social status or validation, even within yourself from having created something. So, or put the hard work into something and gain something from it. So that's sort of how the astrology works. But anyway, that moon will, also, if we have a look, it'll trine, at the moment, it's in a trine, leaving a trine, so it was more, it's still at its prime sort of thing, so in a trine with Saturn, and Saturn, so we've got that people pleaser moon, Libra energy, and then we've got that Saturn people energy, all about the people and the government and the outer world and the future and reality, that sort of thing, that Aquarian energy. So there's that trine there, so helping us to find that balance and peace and harmony within ourselves. There's a helpful aspect coming from our groups and our communities, outside governments and hierarchies and stuff like that, or institutions, that sort of thing, or authority figures, even in a sense, it could be. There's a helpful energy basically coming from that aspect for us today. So we might be able to find some peace within ourselves and find peace within the world, or something with what's going on in the world might help us to find peace within ourselves, or something like that possibly. Okay. What else do we have? I think that is about it until that moon reaches Scorpio. So later this afternoon or in the morning for the other side of the world, that moon will come down here into Scorpio. So that Scorpio energy is a very big shift in energy. So if we go from that intellectual moon energy, so we're more being intellectual about the way we process our emotions and feelings and that, and then we move into that Scorpio, which is a water sign, which is very intense and deep, and it's where the moon is in its detriment. So its favourite place to be is in that Taurus energy, so those opposite signs again. Its natural home is in Cancer, but where it is in detriment, its worst place is the opposite of where its favourite place is, which is Scorpio, which is kind of weird. I just had a weird thought about that, because like the moon in Cancer is naturally, it's a water sign, it's sensitive, it's receptive, it's emotional. And then a moon in Libra, it's a water sign, it's emotional, you think it would deal okay there, but it doesn't for some reason. It lacks that grounded Taurus energy. It doesn't like this emotional, watery, murky, deep, intense, traumatic energy that the moon in Taurus can bring, because that moon in Taurus brings up the trauma and the emotions in regards to our deepest, darkest fears and things that we bottle up and keep down inside that we can project, but we don't actually bring up and speak about and talk about and all that sort of stuff. So it's an energy where it's about secrets and the hidden things and the occult side of life, and where the more darker side is, where we aren't as more expressive of that energy. So that moon in Scorpio is definitely going to bring more intensity to the day, and we're going to feel, we can be triggered more emotionally, especially, let's see what sort of aspects it'll make as well. I think in the morning we said it would be at 9 degrees. So it'll make some more aspects tomorrow, but throughout this afternoon, what else do we have going on? I mean, there's some, there's semi-squares and other things, but it gets too much if we get too deep into everything. But yeah, just I think that's the basic energy. Just focus on that moon energy. And, it'll make a trine tomorrow with the sun at some point, which will be nice. It'll be trining, before tomorrow, it'll be trining with Mercury, which will be nice. And then a lot later in the day, it will be in a square with Venus. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll leave you with that for today. Take care, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Oops, one thing I didn't mention. I always rush because I don't want to sit there just thinking and leaving it silent. But okay, Moon is in a square with Pluto today, so in the next few hours. So that will be more intense. So that will sort of help us exchange into that, or move into that Scorpio moon, because that Pluto is all about transformation and change and getting to the deep core of our fears and how we're feeling in that sense. It's the Phoenix energy, so it's about going down into the deep, dark murkiness, whatever, and regenerating yourself and coming out renewed and refreshed into something new. So it can bring up power struggles and secrets and the square. So it's like we're unable to have that peace and that harmony, unfortunately, and especially as we move into that opposition possibly, because of this square here of us and our responsibilities and what we're having to show up for and put the energy and work and effort into. And maybe we're committed to things that we don't necessarily want to show up for, and that we're just keeping the peace and harmony about, but it's really which is out of fear or because of power struggles, because of trauma and things like that, that are we're holding ourselves back from that real peace and harmony and having that balance in our life and that beautifulness that Venusian energy brings to the Libra energies, because we're just constricted and holding ourselves back in some way with that Pluto-Saturn energy. And it could be because of, our fears around the world and governments and what's going on and that sort of stuff as well. But we've got that nice trine helping us to see the bigger picture and to see and look towards the future and what we really want to put our energy and efforts and responsibility and show up, and what things we want to show up for and commit to. So I just wanted to quickly add that too. Take care, have a great day. Bye.